No rules, not in art and not in life. Even if my memory and my mind was affected by the abuse, my soul wasn't affected. And I believe it's my soul that was creating these quilts. The story was that one of my nieces said that Grandpa touched her. He had to be on the sexual predators list. The other part was he couldn't come back to Michigan for 2 years. And at that time, it rang a bell in me somewhere deep that I too had been touched by him. My abuse happened in the mid to late 60s. And my niece, her abuse happened in 2004. So you're looking at a 40-year reign that he had, and that so many people knew. Here's what's really sad. It's my father with my 3 daughters. I have no memories of him actually abusing me, but I have a memory of being very young and showing my mother my private parts, and there was trauma to them. The personality that I had then, I think it was greatly formed by the abuse, by the denial that I had to carry, and then by the religion that I was raised in. It's the First Apostolic Church. The main concept of the church is the forgiveness of sins. So what it really kind of means, when it's a sin, would be anything that's wrong. What that really amounts to, if you try to apply it into reality and to your experience, is they would forgive my father's behaviors. And it's to forgive and forget, and you have to let it go. And you don't bring it up, because if you bring it up, it becomes your sin. They really take away the individuality because they want us all to be the same, where there's, no TV, no makeup, no hair coloring, no fingernail polish, no loud music. So it really starts to carve away at what can you do. We're approaching our house. This is a small little neighborhood in St. Mary's location in Hancock, Michigan. And there's my childhood house. I'll even put the window down. So there was 14 of us. I'm the second oldest. Carl is, I don't know how far down he is, but a few down from me. And Carl and I are the only ones that are no longer in the family due to our, I guess, talking about the abuse, if you will. We were quite opposites growing up. He was the very, what would you call yourself, Carl?
I was angry, belligerent, and in a lot of pain. The very first pain that I had, that I didn't know until many years later, was that I was molested as a child. The hardest part was trying to find the 4-year-old that I didn't know was missing. And that's... And that's where the pain came from. But I didn't know it. So I was molested at 4, and I was molested again at 6, 8, and it went on for many, many years with one particular abuser from, I believe 8, from a prepubescent time until I was like into 11th grade. And it was so backwards, and that's how I learned what I believe was love.
So anytime you're doing different than the religion or different than the family, it's really frowned upon, and they will excommunicate you. I shouldn't be the odd character out, and I shouldn't be labeled as that I have a problem. And if they were to look at me as being a hero, to walk away from abusive people and to try to keep your children away from abusive people, maybe more people would walk away. It was to be traumatized by the truth and to realize that you've been living with a brain, if you will, that's totally wrong. Nothing is wrong out here. Everything is right. If I wasn't crying, I was walking. I'm going to go find myself. I don't know who I am or even that I'm missing. But let's go build me at 46. And the thing is, there was times like when I was walking and you're all stressed out, and there's a little beaver. He was just kicked back, floating along with the current, And I'm like, that's what you need to do in life. You don't need to be all stressed out. Just hop on whatever it is and you'll be carried down the river. It was a mental breakdown, but it was a breakdown into awareness and out of denial. And the only place I did feel normal was going down to do quilts. No rules, not in art and not in life. And then just start is what I would do. I could be freely me down here. Free expression. I could take the colors I wanted, the design I wanted. It didn't pertain to any religion. It didn't pertain to any family. I was slowly building up a new me. And in my quilts, you will see the new me and herself being born. And this is what it feels like to carry the stigma of being abused or being called mental or whatever that is. And this is where you would like to get them to go to. She's without religion. She's without politics. She's without labels, expectations of anybody. This is way awesome to have a free head where you're not trapped in anything. If you're doing art therapy, it actually is healing you in a way that is not so scary. It's showing you, like in metaphors, but in art metaphors, where you are. Yeah, to get my license plate. We're at Copper Country Mental Health, and you know what? I thought, what better place to put these quilts, because they will, first of all, they're for the people who are a lot like I am. My intentions are for them to inspire them and to give them hope and to show them there's a real happy spot. If you push through and keep working on what you're working on, you would see that first lady was really small. She was about this big, and she was on a huge background, and she was stuck like this. Her arms were out, but I loved my lady. I just loved that lady. Well, she grew, and then it dawned on me, oh my God, that lady is me. That's what I love. I love that lady, and I love me, and I love that sense of me that I am. All of a sudden, that we're all together now, me and my lady. Art and the lady becoming one. I love this lady more and more. One day I discovered that this lady was me, and loving her, I was falling in love with me. And that's really crucial, I think, because I think a lot of the people who are abused is you don't have a really good sense of self, and the only self you know is it's not something that you would love. But I think if you fearlessly accept the darkness, you will get to the point that you can accept the uniqueness of who you are. So what did I write? I love me. There is hope that you can build a new life, but you take very little of your old life with you. I think what you'll take are your soul, the things that were your passion, that part of you that was untouched by it. That's what you'll take forward. You go through the same process. And we say goodbye and walk back up. And it goes dark.